From these rolling pastures in Tasmania, Australia's island state, beekeepers, with the help of this white clover flower and swarms of industrious bees, produce clover honey. But it's leatherwood which the beekeepers value because of its high honey yields, and early in January of most years, the bees are ready to be taken to the leatherwood trees, which are located almost exclusively in the western half of Tasmania. The trucks are loaded early in the morning before the bees leave the hives. The hives are roped together in preparation for the journey, which could be anything up to 100 kilometres or more. Once, hive entrances were closed to prevent bees escaping, but today some beekeepers believe their charges travel more happily with hive entrances open, knowing that few bees will desert their home en route. Great care must be taken with the hives on the journey to minimize the effect of difficult road conditions. Amid the rough terrain of the island's west coast, wherever possible, beekeepers choose clear, level sites which should be immune to the threat of bushfire to set up their hives. This is the land of Eucryphia lucida, the unique leatherwood tree, which will grow from between 7 and 33 metres in height, and whose greyish-green foliage and white flower sets it apart from surrounding rainforest giants. When the bees have filled the supers with leatherwood honey, the beekeeper returns to rob the hives. The smoker is used to make the bees easier to handle as the frames and supers are removed. Some beekeepers use a chemical called benzaldehyde to drive the bees out of the supers. It's quite harmless to both bees and honey. These combs will be taken back to the honey house and the leatherwood honey extracted. Many commercial beekeepers will cover thousands of kilometres in a season, and travel costs will be among their major overheads. Back at the honey house, a truck carrying up to 7 tons of unextracted honey prepares to unload. That's the end result of a lot of hard work by a lot of bees, when you consider that one bee might have to visit 50 leatherwood flowers to fill her honey sacs just once. From an automatic uncapping machine, the frames containing the honeycomb are fed into an extractor, which spins them to extract the honey, which is then pumped into holding tanks. After the honey has been extracted, the empty combs are replaced in the supers, ready for return to the hives. The honey is next fed into a bottling machine. Glass jars and traditional small tins are used for the Australian market, while honey for sale in Europe will be packed in large drums for ease of transport. A random check is carried out on the bottles to make sure that their weight is uniform. The honey is held in the storage tanks long enough for air bubbles, which make it look cloudy, to escape and allow the honey to clarify. For export, drums up to 300 kilograms are used, in addition to the smaller 30-kilogram drums. Packed into an international container, the Leatherwood honey sets out on the next stage of the journey, which began back on Tasmania's west coast, and which will end when bottle after bottle of delicious honey arrives on overseas tables. But the Leatherwood honey story doesn't end here. The Leatherwood story is also one of new growth. The Tasmanian Forestry Commission is reforesting some areas of the state with the leatherwood tree. Beekeepers are helping Forestry Department personnel gather seed for testing. At the Department of Agriculture's seed testing laboratory, seed germination is studied in detail. sow a new area, a small quantity of leatherwood seed is mixed with pelletized eucalypt seed to be distributed over the burnt-out countryside from a seeding aircraft. And up to 50% of seeds may germinate and grow into young trees, thus guaranteeing the future of Tasmania's leatherwood honey industry. From this rare tree and its delicate white flower is produced one of the world's unique honeys, particularly light in colour and with a distinctive and unique flavour. A honey enjoyed the world over. Leatherwood honey from Tasmania.